This is one of those rare windows that doesn't stay open for long. TV prices don't slowly drift upward, they snap back. And right now, in 2026, we're sitting in the calm before that snap. If you're thinking about upgrading your TV this year, or even sometime soon, this video can literally save you hundreds, sometimes over $1,000 if you act before prices normalize again. Before we get into it, quick housekeeping because it helps the channel survive. If you find this video useful, hit like, subscribe for real-world TV advice, drop a comment with your room type and screen size, and check the links in the description for current pricing on every model mentioned. And yes, if you want to support the work directly, Super Thanks is turned on. It genuinely helps more than people realize. Now, let's talk about reality. This is not a best TVs ever made list. This is a timing list. These are premium TVs that are underpriced right now, not because they failed, but because the market moved on too fast. And when that happens, smart buyers win. Why prices are low right now, and why they won't stay there. Here's what most people don't understand about TV pricing. Prices don't drop because TVs get worse. They drop because inventory ages. Every year, new models get announced, retailers need shelf space, warehouses get nervous, and old SKUs become liabilities, even if the TV is still excellent. In early 2026, we're seeing leftover 2024-2025 flagships, aggressive clearances, quiet price cuts retailers don't advertise loudly, and this phase doesn't last. Once inventory clears, prices stabilize, then they creep up. Then, suddenly, you missed it. So let's lock in the smart buys before that happens.
Number 7. TCL QM8, QM7 mini-LED power on a budget timeline. The window is closing. TCL's mini-LED lineup has been punching above its weight for a while now. But what makes 2026 different is where the pricing finally landed. The QM7 and QM8 aren't budget TVs that try hard, they're performance-first displays that just happen to be priced like mid-range models right now. You're getting serious mini-LED brightness that holds up in real rooms, dense local dimming zones that keep contrast intact, strong HDR impact without constant tweaking, excellent gaming support with modern inputs, stable, frustration-free day-to-day performance. This is the kind of TV that handles bright rooms without drama, doesn't wash out at noon with windows open, doesn't fall apart during fast sports or action scenes, and doesn't feel cheap after the first week of ownership. And here's what's actually happening behind the scenes. New TCL models are coming, retailers need space, older SKUs become liabilities overnight, so pricing gets aggressive quietly. Once these units clear out, TCL doesn't protect old pricing. Replacement models come in higher, value resets. These TVs won't suddenly get worse, they won't lose features, they won't age overnight, they'll just be gone. If you want maximum screen size, maximum brightness, and minimum stress, this is one of the last moments where the math heavily favors the buyer, especially before the next pricing cycle snaps back into place.
Number 6. Hisense U8K U8 series. Too good, too fast. Hisense has a unique problem in 2026. They innovate too quickly for their own good. The U8 series isn't a compromised TV. It's a performance monster that just happens to wear a value brand badge. The U8K delivers flagship-level mini-LED brightness that rivals TVs twice the price, aggressive HDR performance that actually holds detail, not just punch, spec sheets that embarrass legacy brands, and shockingly low pricing for what's on offer. In isolation, this should be a long-term hit, but Hisense refreshes models constantly. U8 becomes U8K, U8K becomes U8N, new leaks appear, new SKUs get teased, and suddenly the previous version, still excellent, becomes old overnight. That's exactly what we're seeing now. Large U8K sizes have already seen $300 to $500 price drops, quiet clearance pricing without big marketing noise, and retailers clearing shelf space fast to prepare for the next wave. Nothing about the panel got worse. Nothing about the performance declined. This TV didn't lose quality. It lost marketing momentum. And for buyers, that's the best situation possible. If you're price-driven, comfortable buying based on performance instead of brand prestige, and focused on brightness, HDR impact, and real room usability, this is one of the strongest buy now moments in the entire market. You're not buying last year's tech. You're buying yesterday's flagship at today's clearance price before it disappears and the cycle resets all over again.
Number 5. Sony X90L. Processing ages better than specs. Sony doesn't rush discounts, which is exactly why you should pay attention when they finally happen. The X90L is not a spec sheet champion. It doesn't chase brightness records. It doesn't scream flagship in a store demo. But in real life, it quietly outperforms expectations. What you're actually getting: best-in-class motion handling that keeps fast action smooth and readable, exceptional upscaling that cleans up cables, sports feeds, and older content, natural, accurate colors that don't fatigue your eyes, clean shadow detail without crushing blacks, long-term viewing comfort that matters more than peak brightness. This is a TV built around how people actually watch television, not how reviewers measure it. The X90L makes cable TV look noticeably cleaner, sports feel smoother and more stable, streaming compression less obvious and less distracting. And here's the key part most buyers miss: Sony TVs don't age poorly. Processing doesn't expire the way brightness hype does. Upscaling doesn't become obsolete overnight. Motion handling doesn't get replaced by a new firmware buzzword. So when Sony prices fall, the value doesn't evaporate 6 months later. It holds. If you watch sports, news, older shows, TV for hours every single day, the X90L will continue to feel right long after brighter, punchier TVs start to feel tiring or artificial. And right now, it's priced like a mid-range TV while behaving like a premium one. That's the kind of value that doesn't show up in specs, but shows up every time you sit down and watch.
Number 4. Samsung QN90C and QN85C Neo QLED deals. Brightness that fixes real rooms. Samsung's Neo QLED lineup exists for one simple reason: real homes, not demo rooms. These TVs are built to dominate environments that break most OLEDs. Bright living rooms, open floor plans, white or light-colored walls, daytime and all-day viewing. This is where Samsung's mini-LED strategy actually makes sense. What you're getting? Mini-LED backlighting with strong, controlled local dimming, elite anti-glare coating that softens reflections instead of mirroring them, high sustained brightness that doesn't collapse during long viewing sessions, punchy HDR that stays readable instead of washing out. This is the kind of TV that works at noon with windows open, keeps highlights visible instead of fading, keeps text and graphics crisp, doesn't punish you for having sunlight in your house. Samsung charges a premium at launch, and honestly, they get away with it. But once replacement models appear, prices fall fast. Retailers don't want last year's SKUs. Shelf space matters more than specs. And suddenly, these once expensive TVs land in a completely different value tier. At current pricing, the QN90C and QN85C feel like $3,000 flagships that accidentally slipped into the mid-range category. Especially for households that watch during the day, keep lights on, don't want blackout curtains, just want the TV to work every time. This isn't OLED envy territory. This is stress-free performance, the kind that quietly makes sense every single day.
Number 3. LG C3 OLED.
Yesterday's luxury, today's steal. This is where timing really proves its power, because the LG C3 didn't suddenly fall behind. It didn't get worse. It didn't lose features. It didn't age overnight. It just got cheaper. That's how OLED pricing works, not gradually, not gently, but in sharp drops once the next generation arrives. And here's the important part most buyers miss. Once OLED prices hit a floor, they don't stay there forever. Inventory clears, deals disappear, and the next models climb right back up. At today's pricing, the C3 delivers perfect blacks with no blooming, infinite contrast that still embarrasses LCDs, pixel-level control for shadow detail, elite gaming performance with low latency and full HDMI 2.1, smooth cinematic motion that feels intentional, not processed. This is reference-level picture quality, the kind reviewers use to judge everything else. Every scene has depth, every dark frame holds detail, every highlight pops without washing the image out. The only reason the C3 isn't higher on this list? Environment. OLED still prefers controlled lighting. It wants dim rooms, it wants evening sessions, it shines when glare is minimized. But if you watch mostly at night, care about movies and shows over daytime TV, game in the evening, want zero blooming and true cinematic contrast, the LG C3 at current pricing is one of the smartest OLED buys you'll ever see. Not because it's new, not because it's flashy, but because it delivers flagship image quality after the price punishment is already over. And that's the sweet spot buyers wait years to hit, whether they realize it or not.
Number 2. Samsung S90C, S90D QD-OLED. Flagship color without flagship pricing. QD-OLED changed the entire conversation. Not a tweak, not a small upgrade, a real shift. Samsung's S90 series combines the best parts of two worlds: OLED's perfect black levels, quantum dot color volume, noticeably higher brightness than traditional OLED. This is OLED without the old compromises, where older OLEDs could look dim in highlights or feel restrained during HDR. QD-OLED pushes harder without breaking image integrity. Bright scenes have energy, dark scenes keep depth, and nothing feels forced. Colors are rich but never cartoonish, vivid but still natural, punchy without causing eye fatigue. That balance is hard to get right, and QD-OLED nails it. HDR finally feels alive here. Specular highlights actually sparkle, neon signs glow, sunlight reflects with intent instead of clipping out. And here's where the market psychology kicks in. When these TVs dip under key pricing thresholds, especially after newer models are announced, something strange happens. People realize they overpaid last year because nothing meaningful changed. These TVs still feel modern in menus and motion, look cinematic in movies and series, handle gaming beautifully with low input lag and full HDMI 2.1 support, and deliver color volume that standard OLED simply can't match. This is the kind of TV that impresses immediately and keeps impressing months later. At current pricing levels, the S90C and S90D don't just compete with $3,000 TVs, they expose them. Same depth, more color, better punch, less regret. And that's the key warning here. This window doesn't stay open. QD-OLED deals don't linger. Once inventory tightens, prices rebound fast. If you've ever wanted flagship OLED performance without paying flagship ego tax, this is the moment buyers look back on and say, yeah, that was the smart move.
Number 1. Sony A80L OLED, the TV that still feels right years later. This is the quiet winner. Not the brightest, not the flashiest, not the one screaming for attention on a showroom wall, but the most complete. The Sony A80L isn't built to impress you in 5 minutes. It's built to live with you. What it delivers is balance, the kind that only shows itself over time. OLED contrast perfection with true blacks and zero blooming. Industry-leading motion that keeps sports smooth without artificial smoothing. Best-in-class upscaling that makes cable, streaming, and older content look cleaner. Natural, fatigue-free color that doesn't oversaturate or oversharpen. Surprisingly good sound for a thin OLED thanks to Sony's acoustic surface tech. This TV understands humans. It understands that most people don't watch pristine demo footage all day. They watch news, they watch sports, they stream compressed content. They watch for hours. Bad content looks better. Good content looks great. Great content feels cinematic without ever feeling aggressive. Sony's processing is the difference. The image never feels pushed. Highlights don't blind you. Motion doesn't distract. Edges don't shimmer. Your eyes don't get tired. And here's the separation point. This is where the A80L quietly wins. 5 years from now, this TV will still feel right. Not outdated, not irritating, not something you're itching to replace. It won't rely on peak brightness numbers that fade in relevance. It won't feel slow. It won't feel harsh. It will still feel balanced, still comfortable, still premium. And that's what real flagship TVs are supposed to deliver. Not bragging rights, not spec sheet victories. Confidence that ages well. That's why the Sony A80L earns #1.
Why you should buy now, not later. This phase always ends quietly. There's no announcement, no warning banner, no countdown clock. 1 week, the price looks unbelievable. The next week, it's just normal again. That's how TV pricing really works. Inventory clears, warehouse pressure disappears, new models settle in, and prices snap back like nothing ever happened. If you wait, you'll pay more for the same model, or you'll get a replacement that's technically new but not actually better, or you'll miss the size you wanted altogether. Retailers don't restock old deals. Once they're gone, they're gone. If you buy now, you lock in value before the reset, you stop chasing specs that won't matter, you actually enjoy your TV instead of researching for months. This is the part most buyers mess up. They keep waiting for just a little more drop, and that moment never comes. Instead, the deal disappears quietly. No drama, no email, no second chance. The smartest buyers don't time the absolute bottom. They recognize the window and step through it. Buy once, buy smart, then stop thinking about it. That's how you win this cycle. Final thought. This is the real advice. Premium TVs didn't suddenly become affordable. The technology didn't collapse. The quality didn't drop. Manufacturers didn't get generous. The market just blinked. Too much inventory, too many refresh cycles, too many buyers waiting instead of acting. And when the market stops blinking, prices go right back where they belong. That's how this always ends. If this video helped you see through the noise, hit like, it tells the algorithm this kind of content matters. Subscribe for calm, no-nonsense TV advice that actually ages well. Drop a comment with your room setup and what you watch most. And check the links in the description if you're ready to buy smart. And if you want to support the channel directly, Super Thanks is enabled. It genuinely helps keep these deep dive, real-world breakdowns coming without chasing hype. Because in 2026, the smartest TV upgrade isn't the newest model. It isn't the brightest spec sheet. It isn't the flashiest launch. It's the one you bought at the right moment. And this, right now, is that moment.